Stress, pressure, expectations, and finding out what you're made of. All of those things come into play when you have a top 5 showdown at this point in the season. Welcome to the home of the Ohio State Buckeyes, Columbus, Ohio, and the Old Horseshoe on the banks of the Olentangy. As we'll see a participant from last year's playoff, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on one of the participants from last year's playoff, the Ohio State Buckeyes. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. Alabama about to kick off to get this game underway. Fielded in the end zone, it's Bell. They drag him down at the 22. He gambled for the big return out of the end zone and came up a little short. Take advantage of that extra blocker. They'll send the back in motion. On the direct snap, it's Westbrook. They forged ahead just a bit. Not a lot working with the Wildcat there. One thing you can figure out from these tests early in the season, particularly a top 5 matchup like this, is where you are and just how far you have to go.
Yeah, and which is a talking point amongst your team. It's a prove-it game. Like, let's see where we stack up so we can start building throughout the rest of the season.
You're right, David. It's fun to find out this early in the year between 2 top 5 teams. Just who are these guys? What do they do well? What do they not do well? How mentally and physically tough are they? Because that's going to answer a lot of questions as the season goes on.
On the direct snap, it's Westbrook. The Wildcat created an alley, picked up a few, still some work to do for the first down.
This offense is just like Novocaine. Like, just give it time. It just keeps working. It's a slow death, right? Like, they continue to just chip away. Nice first down play. Nice read. Get it to the pitch man. Sets up a great second down opportunity.
Defense played the Wildcat very well on that one, stopping them for a short gain. They'll turn to the Wildcat to keep this drive alive. On the direct snap, it's Westbrook. Just nowhere to go against this defense to find that single yard he needed on third down. They'll try to convert from the Wildcat. Direct snap. It's Westbrook. They finally make the stop, and the defense out of sorts against that Wildcat, and they give up a big play.
You're seeing analytics become a bigger part of college football each and every year, and there's a good example of it. Opening drive of the game, you're across the 50, 4th down, and it says run the ball and go for it.
Going for it all. Touchdown, Ohio State. They went for it all, and it paid off with the score.
And the offense punches it in again, and we call his name again. That's 2 touchdowns now in 2 games with still more to be played. I'll tell you what, I think this guy's name will be called a lot more throughout the season. He's that kind of good.
And he's going to bring it out. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. The give to the back. Past the first down marker and still running. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. You can go way back in the history books to the wishbone attack all the way back to the first Rose Bowl team. Alabama builds its identity on a strong running game.
Builds it on dudes that tote the rock and do it with nastiness, with some physicality. And not one guy's going to bring them down, and you see it year after year with these guys, and there's always somebody that's going to be a physical challenge to try to get on the ground.
This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. They'll run play action. Keeps looking downfield. And not much going on downfield. They just get rid of it and live to play another down.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
Hang on, Sloopy. The Buckeye crowd alive on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Got his man to the left. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
You're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to fire. Unloads to the wideout. Connection to the right. Open space at the 25. They get him stopped, but the big gain has them on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13.
Well, this quarterback has found a really nice rhythm here on this drive. He just looks dialed in. He's doing a great job in the pre-snap, seeing the safety rotation, and that time saw the one-on-one matchup to take a shot.
Touchdown, Crimson Tide. Hauled that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score. Looking for the tie with the extra point. And they add the extra point to finish the drive. I tell you, when this drive started, the defense thought they had them in a hole. Not anymore. What a performance.
And I really like the play calling by the offensive coordinator on that last drive. That was a nice mixture of running and throwing and getting different players involved. Really nice job, very poised in that play calling, and it showed up with the touchdown.
They'll get this drive started from the 29. He wants to change this route. Looking to throw on first down. Quickly complete. Slithers into space. Brought down at the 45 after a 15-yard pickup.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
He'll work his way down to the 28.
As a head coach, you love it when your quarterback is locked in early. Opening drive, throws a touchdown pass. Really nice throw on that last play. Here in the second drive, he's firing on all cylinders. You can tell this guy did his homework coming into this game, and right now it's paying off.
While we're only through one, these quarterbacks have been lighting up their stat line. They fought to a standstill in the first. Let's see who gets the edge early in the second. Wants to go up top. Couldn't find anyone open here, and he'll live to fight another play. It'll be third down. trying to pick up a first down. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. A strike downfield. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the first down, and they'll have it 1st and goal at the 6. We thought we'd see a little wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. On the snap, it's Westbrook. Going for the goal line, and he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Buckeyes!
And he finds the end zone again. I tell you what, man, this guy's going to be a force. You look at this offense, they find different ways to get him the football, different ways to use him. 3 times now he's entered the end zone, and not even 2 full games yet. This dude's a playmaker.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Hey, guys, we've got a final in a game that just wrapped up here in the SEC. Ole Miss came through with a lunch pail hard hat performance, and the end result is an eye-opening road victory. And I guess it's not so much that they won, it's more how they won, and the fact this wasn't ever really in question. Each week in the SEC, the tests are just so tough. And we found that out today again, guys, with another good team.
Breaks into the open. What a play there, and he's got it all the way down to the 7-yard line.
And that's the dangerous part about this offense, man. They'll get the ball out to a receiver. They can do that. They can make plays after the catch. Hard to bring down, hard to tackle. That's why this offense can be so explosive.
They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. Offense trying to pay it off on 2nd and goal. Send the tight end in motion. On 2nd and goal, he gets another chance. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And I tell you what, I love the run game down here. I love being able to give it to him back and be able to trust him. Listen, he didn't have any touchdowns on the season.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Alabama! The extra point here would tie the game.
3rd and goal, you're going to turn around and just give it to this guy who just has a nose for the end zone. He's able to find the crease and pay it off for his offense.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. Looks like he's going to try to return it. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. State offense onto the field. The way this game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time you have it, and now we'll see if they can respond.
Yeah, and I wonder how much pressure that puts on the offense. Jesse, like, you know this is back and forth, and I got to score, and every possession matters so much. What does that do to you as a quarterback?
Well, it puts a lot more pressure on you for sure to feel like I got to make every 3rd down throw. If guys are open vertically down the field, I got to hit them too. We can't let our serve get broken.
And that's going to be incomplete, going for broke on 2nd down, but 3rd down's coming up.
And we've already seen this movie early in this football game, and he already has a touchdown, and they're seeking him again. And there's a reason. He can run, right? Like, he's one of their go-to guys on the outside, and you can tell they're trying to use him early and often in this offense.
Caught near the sideline, it's Westbrook.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
They found a little running room out of the Wildcats, still short of the 1st down marker. So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give him a different look. On the direct snap, it's Westbrook. Look out, he's got room. He's loose on the right. Past the 10. Touchdown, Ohio!
get creative, and find ways to get their guys the football. His second rushing touchdown of the game. Nice job running the option. Of course, he's the pitchman. We know he has good hands, but how about being a running back after the pitch, punching it in for 6?
And as the ball makes its way into the end zone, it'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. To the ground with the back. Turning it on. Gets it across the 30 to the 31. A pickup of 5.
And after having a nice game like that on first down, if you're the offensive coordinator here, maybe you're thinking about being aggressive and taking a shot. Because even if it's incomplete on second down, on third, you won't have that long to go.
They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come open, getting him the football, making the first down, and they like to do this. When they make a first down, they want to go fast, they want to crank up the tempo.
Had it in his hands, and he dropped it. Thought he had another big play, an interception. He'll have to settle for the PBU. It's second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Fires to the wideout. And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious.
Well, the receiver did everything right. He ran a good route. He got his head around. He just didn't finish the play. Just look it in.
The horseshoe is rocking, trying to help their defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38. Whistle blows, and this is the 2-minute timeout, and these guys have a chance to take the lead before halftime. Alabama will bring the punt team on the field. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. He'll make the fair catch, but there is a flag on the field. You got to give him room and let him catch the football, and if he's called for the fair catch, you just have to stay back. Quarterback may change this route. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Back to pass. Dances away to buy time. On the run, deep down the right side. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on second down. Now it's third down.
I don't know how the defense allowed that guy to get so wide open. Obviously, he's got tons of speed. We know that. But you've got to key on him and at least have 2 people running with him deep down the field. That time, that must have been a coverage bust because he was way too open.
On third and long, he has to throw for it. Unloads to the wideout. Intercepted. Big play. Stops the drive. Didn't get a ton on the return, but the most important thing, he got the ball, and they've got it at the 48. Plenty of time to work. Not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Complete to the left. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
And I love that play call. There's a great example of sudden change situation, right? Your defense gets the turnover. You get it right back. The very first play, let's be aggressive. Let's take a shot and see if we can catch the defense napping. Boy, oh boy, did that ever work out great.
He is down at the 1. A terrific run after the throw and catch.
Man, this quarterback is having himself a day. Over 200 yards in the first half. It was hard enough for Palmer to get over 200 in a game, more or less in the first half.
They'll run it on first and goal. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Bama!
Nice job putting a drive together. Nice job punctuating the end of the first half. There's still some time left, Palmer, but they can tie this thing up right now.
Yeah, and this is a staff that has so much confidence in their offense. I like staying aggressive right here, going for two, taking the lead into halftime, and putting a ton of pressure on the opponent.
Coming out with it, it's Bell. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. Looking downfield on first down. Just a short pass to the tight end. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup. The Buckeyes can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Looking to fire. With the catch, it's caught. Oh, the sweet spin, and he's free. Across the 40, out of bounds at the 41, and a big pickup has his offense on the move. They've done a really good job identifying mismatches, and they find one out of the backfield there.
Reese, I really don't think it's that hard. My guy is better than yours. Find the matchup across the field. Running back's got some speed. Get it in his hands quickly. Throw it to him fast. Let him make somebody miss against a slower guy that's usually around.
Stop just across the 50 at the 49-yard line. It's a pickup of 10 and a first down. Finds the tight end. Taken out of bounds after a good pickup there. They're in striking distance at the 37. The Buckeyes with the 1st and 10. Making side adjustments here. Wants to throw on first down. That's caught. It's Westbrook. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
Looking downfield very late in the half. Throws toward the end zone. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Well, no question where this quarterback is going to be trying to go with the football in this game, right? He's looking for his big play wide out, and the defense knows it. They had him double covered that time.
Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. There he goes. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Buckeyes.
And that is going to leave the head coach scratching his head. The final play of the first half, your opponent runs the ball, and you can't tackle him and get him down with all those bodies back playing prevent. That is a terrible job of defense, and to add insult to injury, you've now given up the lead.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Buckeyes will kick it off to start the second half. Let's see if he can make a play on the return. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. They had a really productive first half, but in a game like this, they better keep it up.
You know, at halftime, the offense and defense separate. They kind of go over their own adjustments. You know the offense was saying to themselves very quietly, guys, we're not going to stop anybody. We got to keep scoring if we're going to win this game. So the pressure's on them here in the second half, though.
Yeah, and you get the ball first. And so it's been a high-scoring first half. You get to go out here now and make a statement. Start this half, say, listen, we're going to keep scoring points, and then maybe help alleviate some of that pressure on your defense.
They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34.
That's a real good-looking throw. And I know at Alabama recently they've had a lot of different quarterbacks, and they've also had a lot of different guys throwing plays. But one thing that's never seemed to waver is how explosive the offense has been, and the big reason is because of the efficient play they've had consistently year in, year out at the quarterback position as well. They recruited extremely well. They coach these guys up. And this is a guy who loves football, loves the X's and O's, and you're seeing it translate onto the field right now.
He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him.
Oh, it's picked on. That's not the start they hoped for. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
Well, the defense comes away with the pick there with their nickel personnel. I think moving forward, if you're on offense, when you see that personnel on the field, you want to run the ball against it because you got smaller guys out there. Or if you're going to throw, think about quick screens outside when you have tight ends flexed on the perimeter, bigger bodies blocking smaller guys.
And I tell you what, when you drop back and you know you got that slot work in the middle of the field and you know how fast he is, you just wait for him to come open, throw that strike, and you know he'll take care of the rest. Nice throw, nice catch.
He'll go out of bounds right at the 30-yard line. A big play as this offense in business. Lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they've got. Sends it back in motion. On the direct snap, it's Westbrook. Runs through the tackle. Found a little room out of the Wildcat that time, just short of the first down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense.
Oh, he's got some space. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody up front committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through. How about that nice, big, huge gain? If I'm the OC, let's call that one again.
They'll wrestle him down at the 4-yard line after that run. We thought we'd see a little Wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, Ohio State.
It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Leaves it with the back. And he got nothing, and the line of scrimmage is still the 5-yard line.
And this D needs more of that, man. This is a really close football game, and you got to get these stops down the stretch and meet the physical challenge of this offense, and they do right there, man. And that's one step closer to getting this football back and maybe making this thing a football game.
They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They'll try to cap off this drive with a field goal. And this will be a short one from about 21 yards out. Absolutely perfect. And they'll push that lead out a little further. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Colorado State is in front. They've led for most of the way. However, Cam the Ram isn't exactly putting this one in the win column just yet. They're up by a field goal over Sam Houston. We've got our eye on things here and everything else going on right now, and any updates, you'll see them here, guys.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. The deficit here is just 10 points, David, so a chance to answer here.
Plenty of time left in this football game. No need to panic. This offense just has to put a couple drives together. And listen, the defense will get this back and get some stops, Palmer, and get you the football back.
And I think here too, David, you have an opportunity to keep the pressure on the opponent. Yeah, they just went down and scored, but you score here, and this game's still tight. You keep their feet to the fire, so an opportunity here to keep applying that pressure.
And coming out in the second half, this offense, they needed to establish this run game. They needed to get something going. They're losing. They've got to find a way to get a flow, to get a rhythm. And so far here to start this second half, defense picking up where it left off.
Stopped in the backfield, and this defense has forced him into fourth down. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, Alabama.
Looks as if the Tide will punt it away. The punters have had the day off up to this point. First one of the game. No return coming here. Fair catch is signaled for and made just shy of the 30. So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give them a different look. On the direct snap, it's Westbrook. Oh, and he's going backwards. Defense not fooled at all by the Wildcat.
Really good job by this defense, understanding responsibility football, playing the first option, playing the second option. There was absolutely nowhere to go. Nice job being dialed in exactly where the ball was going and how to get him to the ground.
Going to swing it on second down. Moving away from pressure. Dumps it off in the flats. Breaks into the open. He'll work and weave his way all the way up to the 45 before going out of bounds.
It's a nice play call there. You've got two-possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you've got that lead, they know you're going to run it, but you still have got to be able to sprinkle in some shot plays and some vertical throws. That was really, really good thinking on that last play call by the offense.
Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. And he was able to work his way for just a few, and that will do it for the third quarter. We've been treated to an aerial show by these two guys so far as you check out their numbers. 1 quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic fourth quarter finish. And a chance to mull things over, and let's see how they start the final period here on second down. Wants to adjust the pattern. Second down, he'll throw it. Gonna let it fly. Just missed his man, gave him just a little too much.
You know, it's a good decision by the QB because his intended target wasn't open, so throw it out of bounds, and you can live to play another day here on this drive.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Got his man. They've got the defense reeling right now with that big play to the 29.
And you just get the feeling that this defense has to find a way to get off the field and get the football back at this juncture of the game, trailing late if they're going to win.
Lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they've got. Direct snap. It's Westbrook. And the Wildcat is not working. They knock him down behind the line. The Buckeyes trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Second down, they'll go to the air. Using his feet to buy time. Wide open downfield. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
Shotgun snap, wants to throw it on third. Here's the pressure. It's caught downfield. He gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line, and that's where they'll have it first and goal.
Well, this defense defense has given up some big plays in this game so far, but they've got a lot of talent on that side of the football. Someone has to step up here, make a play, get a stop, and put their team in a position to win.
On the snap, it's Westbrook. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling.
A lot of guys on defense playing really well with their eyes right now. They were not fooled by that jet sweep.
We thought we'd see a little wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. On the direct snap, it's Holland. And he'll finish the run and the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State. The AT unit on the field. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
Here comes that Alabama offense. There's a lot of pressure when you have that number 1 beside your name, and perhaps it was the pressure, perhaps it was just, oh, he's going to try to get it all here. Hits him inside the 20, still going. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown tie.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy, the connection between quarterback, wide receiver. You can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give him a different look. On the direct snap, it's Westbrook. Turning it on. Got enough for the first down and wants more. They bring him down, but that's why you give them that Wildcat look to create an opportunity for big plays.
Every time he touches the ball, you can feel the excitement from this home crowd. Because, Palmer, he can go the distance with that game-breaking speed.
You're right, David. He's a special talent. I'll tell you, these fans, they come here to see this guy play because he has game-breaking speed. Stuff you can't coach. You saw it on that play.
The Buckeyes, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. Wide receiver going in motion. Touch pass on the run. Breaks the tackle. Knocked down at the 25-yard line. Picked up 10 there and gets a first down.
And these touch passes, it's so hard because there's always action off, right? If I fake this pass, and I can run it up the gut or I can throw it and just spread me out, make me defend so many things. And you can tell they got on the edge quickly, got the big first down.
From the 25-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
The first thing you have to do to make these plays successful offensively is I have to block the edge. I got to get my speedster in space. They didn't do a good job of getting that guy out there in space where he could really use his jets. Nice job by the defense understanding it, seeing it, rallying to it, and tackling that guy for a loss.
Lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they've got. On the direct snap, it's Westbrook. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first. An array of possibilities here. Looking to convert, they'll go to the Wildcat. Direct snap, it's Westbrook. This was called a measuring stick game. Should they be the higher-ranked team? This passing attack has put them in position to move up a few notches in the next set of rankings.
I'm not sure if that was a question, Reese, but the answer is yes. They should have been ranked higher. And proving it, Palmer, with the explosive passing attack. I don't see a team in the country that's going to slow them down enough or stop them. That ain't going to happen.
And, David, it hasn't even been close. The fact that they were the lower-ranked team coming in, they should be way out ahead. They are so much more talented, and we've seen that talent show up on offense throwing the ball.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Motion from the wide receiver. After the incompletion, they go back up top. He snares it in the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes.
And this offense has had a good day, and more importantly, this team responded from last week. 0-1, didn't look good to start the season, bouncing back, getting a convincing victory. Nice job by this team handling adversity early in the season.
No reason to risk trying to field that one as it skips through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Looking to throw on first down. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Well, it's been that kind of day here tonight. They just have not been able to find a rhythm and establish that throwing the football. Part of it has been wide receivers and quarterbacks not being on the same page, but you got to give this defense credit, too. Just like that last play, they have been
looking for a huge play. What a spectacular grab there as they try to finish this game with a little something to feel good about.
And how about the big strike down the field? I love when offenses take shots down the field, try to make big plays. Now they're set up in the red zone.
He wants it all. Intercepted to stop the threat. The 40, at the 30, the 10, and it's going to be a pick six. Touchdown, Ohio State. Guess they wanted to make sure they rubbed